Hey wear testers, Duke4005 back with another performance review. This time it's a shoe that's been out for a little while, but they're making a push for the upcoming basketball season since school has started. And the shoe is the Ektio Alexio. Again, I know Nightwing reviewed these October, I believe, last year, but I just got a pair sent to me a couple of weeks ago and put them through the test, and they wanted to get my opinions on these before the school year starts, try to get that word out. So nothing else to do but get to it. Okay, as always, our first category is going to be materials. This is actually my third generation and third pair of Ektio shoes that they've let me review. The post-up was the first, and it was a suede and synthetic upper. Very stiff. It took a while to break in, and with the straps, it really never did break in and start feeling one with my foot. The second shoe last year, the breakaway, well, I guess it was a year and a half now, the breakaway went to a fused upper that was more like a first generation fuse from Nike, or a Sprint Skin from Adidas. It had the open mesh and had a lot of holes, a lot of ventilation holes in it. This generation, the Alexio, the third generation, as you can see, it's went to a closed mesh with some fuse overlays for support. And the shoe really does, the forefoot is really flexible on this shoe, which is really surprising. I mean, it looks like a 90s Alonzo Mourning, Patrick Ewing kind of post-up boot. And I was really worried the first generation when I got them. Like I said, they never broke in. This generation is great. The materials, the fuse is really soft. It's really high grade. It feels really good on the foot and the forefoot. The heel is wrapped in a synthetic overlay as well, giving a little more stiffness to the counter. Straps again are a brushed black synthetic. Midsole is just straight EVA foam. So the cushioning, you know, we'll get into that later. The cushioning's not really where it should be on a shoe of a high end like this, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You got your closed mesh tongue for some breathability. It's pretty straightforward shoe as far as the materials go. Okay, next we'll get into fit. Fit on these shoes is absolutely exactly true to size, almost too true to size. With the ankle straps, you don't get any movement in the shoe at all, in the forefoot and midfoot. But I found a couple of plays where the toe sits right on top of your foot, and my toes jammed the end of it pretty hard. So if you like them to fit 1-to-1, get true to size. I myself could have went a half size up. I know the website says stay true also, but I would say if you like a little extra room in the forefoot and the toe for quick stops, so you don't jam that toe on the end, then go a half size up. If you like to fit 1-to-1 and really comfortable and really tight and really form-fitting, stay true to size. Again, the ankle being a higher cut, I did get a little bit of a ankle slip, heel slip in this shoe. And it's because this collar is so wide, even with the straps. You know, it locked down my midfoot, it locked down my ankle in the shoe. I was never worried about stability or any kind of ankle roll, which you shouldn't be with this kind of strapping system. But I never did really get a lockdown fit from this point to here around my ankle, and that collar is just so wide that it's really hard to lock it in with that kind of a cut. Okay, along with the stability, the traction has got to be the strong point of this shoe, and if you look at it, you can tell why. I mean, that is a thing of beauty right there for a traction junkie. It's multi-directional herringbone. It's thick. It's solid. I mean, it's pliable enough on indoor courts where you're not going anywhere. Outdoor courts, it's still pretty thick. The pattern is really deep on these. So indoor or outdoor, I mean, these are tanks. These will last great. One thing I really do like is, again, you can see how well the shoe flexes in the forefoot, and it's got these grooves cut in it right here. These flex grooves that will expand as you bend your foot. That helps with your traction because it allows you to dig in as you're running, as you're cutting, jumping. It lets the shoe really dig into the floor, and it also just creates an extra groove across the foot right here as you're bending. So you've got that large flex groove on there to add to your traction. All right, I told you we'd get back to it, and now we're going to get into the cushioning. With a midsole this thick, you would think this shoe would have a really soft cushioning for landing. It doesn't. It's just straight EVA in here. The insole is, again, straight EVA. As a slab that thick, it will last. I mean, you're not going to bottom out anytime soon at all. Court feel is very much improved on this shoe over last year, but I think that's got to do with the flexibility of the upper more than it does the thickness of the midsole, because I mean you can see your foot sits right on top of this gray area midsole, so you're kind of high off the court. It didn't really bother me because the shoe moves so well with your foot that you don't lose any kind of reaction time due to the height of that midsole. You're not going to lose any stability from a low riding midsole because you've got the bumpers and the straps, so you're not losing anything as far as court feel or support being higher up. It's just it makes the shoe feel a little bit clunky. It's again, the upper is very, very much improved, so you're not feeling like you're wearing a Frankenstein boot, but the midsole does need some work as far as the cushioning. I'd love to see them come up with a proprietary foam, something that's their own, that they could use, much like, you know, you have a Boost or a Micro G. I'd like to see Ektio come up with their own kind of foam, but right now their focus is on other areas such as stability and security. All right, the shining beacon of light in all this review is, of course, the stability. We'll start with the bumpers here. If you've never worn an Ektio shoe, never seen a review of an Ektio shoe, the first thing they start is the base, and they put these bumpers right here on the lateral side, right here at the forefoot and at the heel. And these bumpers, if the shoe's sitting flat, you can kind of see how they raise up at this angle. The shoe's sitting flat, they're not on the ground. When the shoe rolls over, like I talked about in my last review, the tippy test that some of us do, when you try to roll that shoe over, those bumpers catch, and 99.9% do not allow this shoe to roll over at all. Those will catch you quickly. I mean, you land on a foot, make a jab cut, just land awkward on a rebound, these bumpers catch you completely. The other area of stability that they really concentrated on is the ankle, of course. We've all sprained our ankles if you've played hard playing basketball. We all know how much that sucks, how bad that pain hurts, and how long it takes you to get back on the court. This shoe is built to avoid that at all costs. Now, yes, I know it looks bulky. Wear an ankle brace and put your foot in a Nike or an Under Armour or a Adidas shoe, you're gonna look bulky as well. I mean, look at D Rose's ankles, look at Curry's ankles. They look bulky as hell when they're playing. So, I mean, that's just something you have to put up with if you're having it. I've got the shoe here unstrapped, so you can see how it looks without the straps done up. And it's really it's a pretty good looking shoe without the straps on it. But this strap rolls under here, and I'm not going to do it because it would take too much time. This strap goes under first, right here, and locks in your heel. I'm sorry, locks in the top of your foot into the shoe, so the bumpers work. This strap goes over the top through the same loops and locks your heel into the shoe, giving that heel stability and that ankle collar to work so you don't roll when you land, like I said, on somebody's foot or off on a rebound. So we'll get back to the one that has the straps done up. So stability, support, this is the best shoe out on the market. I don't care what you say, don't care what brand you throw at me. This is the best shoe on the market. If you have ankles that are glass, then you can't help but love these shoes. They keep you on the court longer, trust me. Okay, so that wraps up the review of the Ektio Alexio. A little shorter and sweeter than my last review I did. I got a little wordy with that one, but there's not a lot to say about this shoe that hasn't already been said before. It's the ultimate in stability and support. If that's your problem, that's what you're looking to solve. Again, it looks like it would be a really stiff boot, like you're wearing 3 ankle braces and you're taped up to your knees. It's not. It's really, really flexible. It really provides good court feel, and it's surprising in the speed I was able to play in this shoe. Really, I thought it was going to slow me down. I thought I would be, a step behind everybody because of the cut, because of the bulk. But when you look at this shoe, I know a size 9 weighs 15.5 ounces, which sounds really heavy until you consider the new Crazy Light Boost is at 12 ounces. You add in an ankle brace, and you're practically at the same size, or at the same weight, sorry. So, I mean, for what you're getting inside this shoe, 15.5 ounces at size 9 is not bad at all. Holding it in hand, I would say it weighs probably around 17.5, 18 ounces. I'm just kidding. I can't guess that from holding it in my hand. What do you think I am? I'll put it on a scale. I didn't get a picture of it, so that's what I'm telling you. It's between 17.7 to 18 ounces and a 10.5. Not really a bad weight. So, and besides the fit, the way the shoe fits on you, it's going to play lighter than what it really is. it is the hardest shoe I've ever had to get on my foot. I tried to wear this with some of the Stance Fusion socks with some of the ribs on the bottom. First time ever wearing those socks, and I couldn't do it. I had to take the socks off because it's just too grippy to get inside. It's got a double tongue, which makes it really harder to get into. But once you get in, I mean, you're locked down. You can't ask for anything more. If you got the glass ankles, look no further. Problem solved here. I know the retail when they came out last year was $139. I just saw them on some websites for $119, I believe is what it was. Maybe it was $109. But they got this color, they've got a gray and orange color. And if you don't like that, you can look at last year's model, the Breakaway. Very, very similar, just a little bit different upper design, and the materials are a little bit different, but the ankle strap, cushioning, and traction is all identical to that. Sorry for the shake voice. If I sound like I'm about to cry, it's because I got a torn ligament in my thumb. I'm going to be out for about 3 weeks from playing. That would make anybody that watches this channel want to cry, because 3 weeks is an awful long time. So I've got nothing on tap for review coming up besides a couple of runners. That'll give me time to get my thumb healed and get back on courts. So that it. Enough said. Ektio, another fine job in the support department. Keep working on that cushioning. You're almost there. So, wear testers, thank you very much for watching.